Today on the channel, no sign of Eternia around here, but the King did come through. King Grayskull, that is, for the Mattel Creations exclusive Eternia playset.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe unboxing and review. And today we got an extra special video, as in today's video we're unboxing King Grayskull from the Eternia Mattel Creations exclusive set. But for all your non-Eternia related needs, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there, and deals to be had all day long. If you pre-ordered Eternia, man, if you want to sell that thing, you can double your money, easy money right now. Same thing with King Grayskull, going for well over $100 right now, well over $100. And Crazy Kyle here, I'm going to unbox him. Can you believe that? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And like I said, eBay, he is on fire right now, and it makes sense. Not everybody got this, even with their Eternia. You had to be an early backer of the Eternia playset to even have a chance at this one here. So they made a lot of Eternias. They made even fewer of the King Grayskulls. So we'll see him hold his value for a long time. And I do like what Mattel did, as they put him in the Camo Con style packaging, the removable packaging, which I think is really cool, because there's a lot of people like myself torn. I want one mint on card on my wall. I want one loose. Not really in the cards for most people out there. Most people aren't buying multiple Eternia play sets, unfortunately. They don't have the room, or maybe they didn't have the funds, whatever the reason may be. Now I'm second guessing it, like, you know, I should have got two Grayskulls, got that other Eternia, maybe sold that, and then I could have paid for all this stuff. But it is what it is. It's a lot of money to throw out there. As we know, Eternia was not cheap after all. But first world problems, I guess is what you could say right there. But this is removable out of the packaging, which, like I was saying, which is very nice. However, there is clip ties in here, so you will definitely know in the future, if let's say I want to sell this on eBay in 5 years, you can see, hey, it has been opened, it has been removed from the packaging. That being said, I'm saving all this packaging on here because it cost a lot of money for Eternia, as you guys can imagine. But we're going to dive into this one here. And one thing I did want to point out that I do like, we did get the cardboard shipping container. We've seen this before in the past. Looking very, very cool. Look at that. Big old mouth there. Of course, does say King Grayskull, the heroic ancestor of He-Man, new for 2024, Masters of the Universe. Nothing too fun on the sides there. And then we got the old King raising it up, putting the sword up there, looking really, really good. But I do like these cardboard boxes. They really do protect the figure and give a little extra feel of collectability to him, if you ask me. So we did get that there with old King Grayskull. But now we're diving into King Grayskull himself. Looking good on that throwback packaging. We did see this from Super 7 years ago in their toy line, where this was going to be the natural progression, of course, to the He-Man figures and the packaging design. So it was kind of cool the Mattel team put this in here, new for 2024 once again. Talked about it, we got the removable packaging on this one as well. Heroic ancestor of He-Man, King Grayskull, and of course we did get a King Grayskull in the Masters of the Universe Revelation series as well from Target exclusive. We'll pull that out here in a little bit. We'll whip it out like a young Todd McFarlane on the couch, whipping it out at a moment's notice. On the back, a little colored version of that same awesome artwork we saw on that shipper mailer. I don't think it says anything else, though. No story, no details. Just says the powers of Grayskull, Masters of the Universe, empowering the next generation through play, which is always a good idea if you ask me. Pulling him out right here, whipping it out, like I said, like a young Todd McFarlane, and we are locked in at the ankles. So here we go. It's time to devalue these figures once again. You guys are lucky this is a labor of love, this channel, because, yeah, devaluing it. I'll never make enough revenue off of YouTube to pay for this thing, but that's why it's a labor of love. You do it for the fun of it. You do it for the fun of it, for sure. But there it is. All right. Oh, he's locked in at the arms, too. Of course he is. Oh, and they put tape on the cape like a young McFarlane as well. Well, you're going to know for sure. If you ever buy one of these used and you get the packaging, which is good and all, you're going to know for a fact that, okay, wait a minute here. There's been some tomfoolery in the air, and I'm not talking about my dad. We're talking about straight-up tomfoolery. If there's not tape on the cape and there's not twist ties on the arms, you know for a fact this thing has been open here. Going to be very gentle taking it off of the cape because you don't want to tear that cape. Nobody wants a tear in the cape. That is for sure. But now can I get this? Look at this. I'm just sticking all over the place. What are we doing here? There it is. Another twist tie gone. I got one more twist tie. I'm being very gentle. I'm trying to save this plastic bubble the best I can so I can put it back just for my own sanity. Of course, I'm going to pull that king out. All hail to the king, like an Avenged Sevenfold, like a young Avenged Sevenfold, but not for me. I'm not an Avenged Sevenfold guy. Just doesn't do anything for me. Just doesn't do anything. But there it is. Going to pop that back in there. Going to put these little plastic pieces in there, and we're going to slide it back. We're going to slide it all back together. We're going to put it back in that mailer box, and we're going to be truly off to the races with a review. And there it goes. Slides right back in there, nice and easy. I'm here for it. That works. A nice, gentle, off to the side. See you later. And we got a call coming in. We got a call coming in right now. It's one Jeff George. Should we dial him in for this one? Let's see here. Jeffrey. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Oh, you're... Jeff, say hello.
Are you on the road?
No, I'm not, but you can say hello to all the fine people in YouTube. We're in the thick of a King Grayskull unboxing right now.
No. Oh my goodness.
Do you have anything to say to the people?
Grayskulls.
Hold on. What was that?
We're cutting in and out for some reason. King Grayskull's cutting us off.
Oh my gosh. So we're opening King Grayskull, a guy you're familiar with. You got a King Grayskull in your collection.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Met him a couple times too. Very nice guy.
Very
Really nice guy.
Salt of the earth. Salt of the earth.
Yep.
Now...
Yep. You can always find him at Home Depot, of all places.
Of all places. Now, did you open one of yours?
I did.
Oh.
I did open one.
So we opened one. So I'm in the midst of it right now. I just got him out of all the twist ties. I got the tape off the cape, and now we're about ready to dive in this review here.
What do you think so far? First impressions.
So far, so good. We're live on YouTube here. So Jeff is. You guys have seen Jeff on the channel before, but we're not live, but you know what I mean. First impressions. I love the removability of the package. However, I am not a big fan of the tape on the cape, and I understand what they did with all the twist ties holding them down, because then you could technically tell if it's been opened or not. So I guess I like that, but for me, I wish I had two King Grayskulls because I could have one on my wall, one with my playset, but now I can't. So, and that's as far as I've got so far.
No mini comic in that little baby either.
That's a good call. I didn't even call that out. No mini comic, but we did get that special nice cardboard mailer.
Yes, love that nice cardboard mailer. Would have liked a fold-out, tri-fold cardboard mailer. You know, I mean, not
Yeah.
a cardboard piece inside.
That would have
the fold-out, like the
Camo.
legendary Cobra Con.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
Con was it? Which
Yeah,
one was it?
was it Camo or Cobra? It was one of those two. It was a con.
One
One of those con bros. And you're exactly right. That's what I would say too. I missed that trifold thing. That would replace the comic book. I think that's a perfect example right there.
As a young Kyle Peterson would say, I don't know if you've ever met him or not, but he would say that would be an all-timer of a trifold card.
It would be. It would be one of the best. And then if you ever saw him in person, you get it autographed. It's great.
That is true. I mean, Home Depot Sundays.
Sundays.
He's always there.
He's working the door on the weekends. King Grayskull.
Yeah, a greeter. A greeter. He's been waiting for everybody to build their Eternia so he can stop greeting at Home Depot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to build Eternia in a couple days, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay, well, great. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad I called at just the perfect time.
Well, I will call you back here in about 5 minutes.
Okay, that sounds really good to me, Kyle. Thank you.
Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people. See ya.
Well, there you go. We got a little break-in from a world-renowned Masters of the Universe collector, a one young Jeff George, who I think bought 7 Eternias, something like that. He's got an Eternia. He's going to build a table out of Eternias. That's what he's going to do, an Eternia universe. So shout out Jeff George. Always there with the astute assignment. He knows what's going on. There's no doubt about it. But now we're diving into the Grayskull, the King Grayskull. And he brings up a great point in there. I would have liked to have seen that trifold case like we saw. And then you could have a little comic book, a little story with this. Not in the cards, though, unfortunately. But a power sword is in the cards. And it's blue translucent. Man, I'm here for this all day long. Love how this sword loves. I love the color of blue. But, man, it looks really good. Love how this one looks. Here for that all day long. But now we're diving into the king here. Hail to the king, as I did say earlier. But very good, very good. Now, it looks like King Grayskull on the head. He's got those big braids down the front, the red wrappings, looking very, very nice. Got a little barrette in the back of his hair. Shout out to barrettes, keeping hair in place for hundreds of years at this point. You got another braid down the back as well. A lot of hair going on right here. And then you guys know me, I'm a sucker for fur. I love fur on the top up here, looking really good, attached to the cape. Beautiful soft goods cape throughout. One thing I would have liked to seen, since this is truly a premium item, would have loved to seen a little wire in this cape. Just like we saw with the Masterverse figure, would have been really cool to set this one really apart from some of the other figures in the line, make him feel even more special at the end of the day. Of course, he is a member of the Eternia's family, so he's got a shop in Eternia, and he got one of Eternia's finest loincloths going on. Nice cream color. Oh, once you go cream, you never go back. I've always heard that. Fur on the boots, same cream color. Then you got the wrappings, traditional. Basically a He-Man body redone, as we do know. Reused the name of the game. Got the big old harness over the top there, a little vest action, very similar to He-Man, with a twist, a little different. Got the King Grayskull insignia on there. Articulation can be the same as all these other guys. Arms do go around. Single jointed elbows, side to side. Hands back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Big old splits if you need them. Legs do go up. Single jointed knee, back and forth, side to side. Boot cut, ankles back and forth, side to side, up and down at the boot. And then, of course, will he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? You got to imagine he's going to fit, right? Of course he does. Of course he fits on there. You got to put him on there. But man, looking very nice. Very, very nice right here is King Grayskull. A very cool figure, no doubt about it. Not one that everybody's going to easily get, and I know that upsets a lot of people. Man, I get it. I understand it. But also, at the same time, maybe not a must-have. I think people would lose their mind if this came with a heavy, heavy hitter character, like a young Mechanic. If Mechanic was only in Eternia, people would revolt. People would revolt against Mattel. Pitchforks at the Mattel offices would happen. But King Grayskull, a decently popular character, a little bit more popular the last couple of years, of course, with Revelations, I guess, first where he came. But not quite a heavy hitter that they need for the retail pegs, but a nice throw in here, no doubt about it. Nice to get a figure with the big Eternia play sets. You guys, if you were like me as a kid, all those vehicles, all those big play sets, they always came with figures. This is no different. Of course, we do have Modi coming with Eternia. We'll talk about him when that time does come. But I do got the other King Grayskull here. It's like the same thing. It's like they're twins. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito right here is what this is. It's almost the same thing. It's crazy that this one over here from the Masterverse has a smaller head than the Origins one, but that's just kind of the scaling of the figures, I guess, at the end of the day. But man, a fun one. But of course, like I said, really feels like the appetizer to the big Eternia playset, and that is coming next. So stay tuned to that review. Coming very soon on the channel. Gonna get that one done. Gonna try to call in a team. Try to call in some help, especially for those stickers. You know me, I'm just anti-sticker. I don't know if I got it in me to put that many stickers on something, but we'll see what happens. Stay tuned to the channel. But let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on King Grayskull. Is this a pickup, a pass, a long game, a no game? It's a no game for a lot of people, and I understand the reasons why. But let me know if you pre-ordered your Eternia, if you got in for the King Grayskull. Hopefully you did. If you were spending that much money on Eternia, hopefully you got your Grayskull, your King Grayskull, that is, with your set. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell so we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, including early access to both YouTube channel videos over on Patreon. Patreon, best way to support this very YouTube channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for King Grayskull, I'm King Kyle. See you guys all real soon.